Read the disclaimer. Hello everyone to the Weekend Review, where we recap the previous week and anything extra. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about this week. Where's the thing here? There we go. Okay, lots of stuff, specifically Hasbro stuff. We got so much news on that. Plus, pretty much everything on CX has kind of just come out for info, so it's gonna be a long live. Our week recap is really good now because now I just edited down the stream from last week. That was the Monday. So yeah, I guess that was the highlight. I should have checked, I guess. Tuesday was the Hasbro news. Shout out to Why Know Why for the coverage, which I think I have links in the description for everything. And then Saturday was the Full Metal Bay from BEYBLADE. Where's the footage? Almost there. There you go. Full Metal. So quite a bit this week. Aside from that, actually I can leave the mouse here, I'm pretty sure. I don't like moving with the mouse, but aside from that, in terms of other stuff here, general update, pretty soon I'm going to have some medical stuff coming up, so I'm probably going to be on a small hiatus. I actually don't know how much it's actually going to affect me or not. I just have to wait for them to confirm a date, so that's pretty much been lingering. My March has literally just been, I've gotten sick, then after it's like, oh, well, this is actually the reason. So then after I have to wait on that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Also, we have a survey again. This is just a general survey. I do it every few months, usually every month for release. But really at a certain point, I do have to restructure it because not all the time I need to do the survey for the stuff. Like some stuff is just general channel stuff, like thoughts, whatever. But most of the time, it's just like what videos you want to see with the upcoming releases. So yeah, that's... Fill it out whenever. You can fill it out now. You can fill it out. I know, not now. Fill it out at the end. It should be linked in the description. If it's not, well, it's going to be a little bit of an issue then if I didn't put it in the description. In terms of other stuff, for what I've been working on, I have had the humongous backlog of trying to update the database. The database is literally... like slowly being updated. I think technically speaking, you can see most of the pages on the thing, but most of them are just temporary stuff, which I had to put on like the front of the page, just saying, still being updated. That and literally, there's the premiere timeline. You can see I'm trying to finish editing off the Golem stuff, which is really long, and I have to see what relevant footage to actually keep because some stuff was just useless, like. It did shit maybe in this combo. I don't think it's worth keeping the showcase in the video. And then the Shelter Drake stuff. So originally it was like 4 hours. So I have to edit down all of that to technically 2 videos, which both of which should probably be less than an hour. Or the Golem one probably a little bit more because technically defense Golem and attack Golem. Shelter one probably short, but it takes a lot of time to edit this. And I have to do it on time when I'm not working on other stuff. So... hopefully I can get it done before CX. I say this every single time, and then after, I don't actually get out. I don't actually get it done in time. Let's see what else. Okay, in terms of other stuff for the database stuff and whatever, I'll probably do eventually a post with it and all that stuff, but really the cool stuff here is going to be a lot of the new Hasbro stuff. Pretty much all of Wave 4 is now on Amazon, at least the American Amazon. The other one, not too sure, but actually not on Canada Amazon. But yeah, I don't know. Affiliate link in the description below. Haha. So that's our little plug for the thing, because that's our segue into the Hasbro news talk. Okay, we literally got all of the images that have appeared for all of Wave 4. So that's gonna basically be our discussion for this. So Wave 4, they have, what do we got here? I think I can actually move on this thing. So you have the Pistron Buster, which this one is not really like crazy new content, because the blade is new, but the parts are recycled from the set. But it does look pretty neat, so I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation, mostly because it's a drawn buster where the blade is new, but the bottom parts aren't. So it's like a clever way to recycle it, I guess. There is no dual packs yet that they've posted on here, so I'm not too sure there, but I like the idea of them having kind of exclusive recolors. I guess technically speaking, this is like half. Like, technically, it's more than half, but I'm curious if that means we're going to get like the inverted wizard rod, or if they ever actually get around to it, but not too bad, you know, of an actual starter. I think it's a filler one, you know, it's okay, you know, it's not awful, it's not terribly bad, but it's fine. What else do we got here? Moving on, Shinobi Shadow. It's Shinobi. I don't really think there's much else to say here. It's, I guess, better than trying to go through the random select, which the Shinobi random select wasn't that bad for the parts that they offered, but I don't know. I guess easy to get. It's not really desirable in terms of if you're competitive. Shinobi is very hard to use. It's super, super light. I don't know if there's any actual Shinobi fans. If you can make Shinobi work, I'll say thumbs up to that, but otherwise, not really much else. What else we got? The Shark, actually, this is a good one. They did the Shark from the random booster, but this one comes with 160 and Quake. Cheap way to get 160. Quake is shit, but it's funny to use, so it gets points there. But not a bad choice. I'm pretty sure we were supposed to have, like, I could be wrong on this, but I think there was, like, Rhino on Quake that was supposed to be a booster. Was I wrong on that? I just remember I think it was Rhino and Shark that a long time ago we had some listings pop up. I don't know if they're still doing the Rhino. Hopefully not, because the Shark at least has actually good parts to it, but what else do we got here? This is the weirdest one. They threw Yell Kong, everyone's favorite, Yell Kong, as a booster. Very weird choice. There's nothing different between this Yell Kong and the 2-pack one. It's just the same one. I don't know why. I don't know who asked for this. I really don't know who the fuck asked for another Yell Kong. Maybe they couldn't sell all those Yell Kongs in the 2-pack or something, and then they just decided, nah, we have a surplus to get rid of. But I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense, because then after there's another Bey that was also in that 2-pack. So, very odd choice. I guess if you don't want to get a Yell... I don't even know what was in the other Yell Kong 2-pack. Was that the one with the Purple Knight, I'm pretty sure? Yeah, that was the Purple Knight one. So it was okay value originally, just as a booster by itself, you know. It exists. It exists. That's the best way we can put it. It's there, I guess. What else do we have here? I'm just gonna skip over this one. Oh, okay, I guess Hell's Hammer UX. Or Hammer Incendio, so there you go. I'll probably snag the booster. I didn't want the dual. I already have the Purple Knights. Well, see, there you go. So maybe for a niche audience, there is something there. The Hammer Incendio, not really much else to say. It's just the anime stock Bey. Is it worth getting? You get Hexa. But there's a booster with Phoenix, and it's not really like Hammer is that crazy good. So, I don't know. If you're competitive, probably not. Well, it's still kind of okay. It's still fine if you want to get, like, the Orange Hexa, I guess. But otherwise, casually speaking, it's fine, obviously. Just competitively, the blades, whatever. The ratchet's fine. The bit's good. Especially since the Hasbro Stadium's really small, too. So that's going to be really good to kind of take advantage of going around and trying to stall for stamina, I guess. Right spin only Hell's Hammer. Well, that's how they intended it to be. All right, that's how they intended it to be. This one is arguably the best one in the entire wave, which is a green wizard rod. I don't know why when they actually did the product image, it's like sideways, actually. It's sideways there. But very good. 160, so good value there. Rush. So this is honestly the best one they've done. And I complained all of last wave because I think they picked, like, I don't even remember. It was, like, I think Purple Wizard Arrow, right? And I don't know, Sphinx was fine because Sphinx was anime, so it doesn't matter. But there was, like, the Drawn Sword Gray, and then after the Wyvern Gale. So, green Wizard Rod, good parts. This is a must-have for competitive in general. This is just the cheapest way to get Rush right now because Rush is locked in a set for Hasbro, so you get in a starter. I've literally seen this thing be scalped before my eyes because the wave was live for a couple days now, and I've been trying to get just one concise order because it's American Amazon, not Canada. So if it was Canada, it'd be more convenience. But I literally saw like the wizard rod, like it'd be in stock for like 3 seconds, and then after it's gone. So must have right here. Must have if you're in competitive or even in general. Cheap Rush is crazy. It's true. It's sold on Amazon again. Yeah, well, that's... It was live for a while, and it was live in the morning when I checked it. So the affiliate link, if you want to use it, you can. But that's really good. I'm really happy with that one. What else do we have? I think now it's Obsidian Shell. Or it's the Phoenix. It's Obsidian Shell. Yeah, this is just random booster prize as a cheap booster, like Keel Shark. So... That's good. It comes with dots. Dots are pretty good defense bits, I would say. There's no other releases that have dot right now, so that's at least more reason if you're into competitive for Hasbro to get it. Otherwise, casually, it's a fine. I like Black Shell. It's just hard to use. It's mostly on the attack stuff. What else do we got on here? Yeah, just the Bey by itself. Okay, let's move it along. Last one is arguably the best booster that they've done, which is going to be this Soar Phoenix. So this Phoenix should be the new Mold 3, which this mold is where they reinforced everything. It should be like the one that's almost 39 grams. Either way, the cheapest way to get a heavy Phoenix, you don't have to spend money on the deluxe string launcher. How much is it in America? I forget how much the boosters are. Isn't it like 12 bucks Canadian and then after 8 bucks American or something like that? Super, super cheap. Super, super cheap. Incredible value. Plus, cheapest way to get Hexa and a decent blade. So, no real negative here. That's actually the cool thing, is that if you're collecting only TT stuff, then when you get these random boosters, you get a full set, you pretty much get it. So then after, if you're Hasbro only, if Hasbro does these good choices, for an example, like Phoenix or like Rod, these are way more affordable to get. Obviously speaking, because it's for the intended region, you know, North America and Japan, it's probably technically speaking could be cheaper there, semantics, but good value here for Phoenix. Hexa, everything, no real... Overall, this is a really good wave. This is way better than the previous wave. This is really, really stacked. Like, incredibly stacked. I would say this is... Okay, I don't know why I just went to the back to the thing. Probably the most... value we've gotten in a super, super long time in general for a Hasbro wave. Like, if Hasbro wanted to sell in the spring, this is exactly what you do. You pick very, very good options. Literally, like, if you want to shit on this, okay, Yell Kong. But otherwise, there's no real negative to this. Which is very good if you have been in Burst era and have been sick and tired of Hasbro kind of doing bullshit to the bays. So, there is positive. There is positive. Mold 3 Phoenix is only 8 bucks. Exactly the point. I need this for the Blue Hell's Hammer. I do hope also that Hasbro does do reprints for those painted stuff. When does this all come out? Well, technically speaking, if you use the affiliate link, you can get it on Amazon. You can order it now. It says the shipping time is like late March, early April, but I believe the intended date is supposed to be like literally like the start of April for the intended release, which... Again, Hasbro, for when stuff comes out, it's always been tricky, you know. Most of the time we'll get the intended release date. Sometimes it comes earlier. Amazon is like super, super early. Some could even ship out early. Maybe. Some could get slightly early, but I don't know. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to move on from there. So this is the Hasbro news, right? Okay. So next up, it's shoutouts to Why No Why for this, which this should be linked in the description, but they did very, very great Toy Fair coverage. In fact, they are the reason why the entire Bey community has like anything to talk about for like this past week. So they do have a YouTube channel and social media. Check out their YouTube link in the description below. If you check out the original news video, they also do have their Ko-fi link or Ko-fi, whatever you pronounce it as. So you can check that out. Kind of funny, we unintentionally get my god, I think I actually just paused for a second. We actually Triceratops revealed like this. That is also funny too, because I think there are some 2-packs left over. I think it's the Beat Tyranno and Triceratops 2-pack, and then I think there's supposed to be a Vice Tiger 2-pack, but I don't remember what's in it. I think that's the Leon Crest one. I just remember the listing said something else. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about here. There is a bunch of collab shit. I've already kind of covered this on the regular video, but Jurassic Park, sure. These are just some echoes are new molds, some of them are just reused molds, but that's typical with Hasbro. So much CX stuff that we get in this. Like, we just get a closer look at the system and everything. I am pretty excited to... I think probably in terms of my hype, I think it's still in the order of what the numbers are. So it's Brave at the top, Arc, and then Perseus. But Perseus might go above Arc. I'm not too sure. Also, this was the crazy one. Because technically speaking, we have the full reveal of this Scythe Beyblade before, whatever, Reaper Incendio or Hell's Reaper, before officially, which I'm pretty sure we would only get that news like sometime in April, I'm pretty sure. Just because I remember last year, Shinobi and Tyrannobeat was the same day, it was in April, but this is really, really nuts that we get that news. Wise comes with Gill Shark. Okay, there we go. Cress is with the Blue Sphinx. Okay, so I was wrong on that then. I could have got into the thing. Yeah, but this is really, really cool. We get Perseus, we get a bunch of other stuff. This is actually the crazy one. I don't know if much talked about. I suspect this is going to be the Hasbro 321 announcement. I think some were reporting already on Amazon that, oh, there's a 321 banner or whatever. They have a regular Dronzer, because originally Dronzer for Hasbro, they just fucking made it red. Well, technically speaking, it was red for, I think, North America. In Europe, they made it puke vomit teal. But normal colors and rigor, I think it's okay if they do that just for the sale. I don't know what Hasbro would actually announce that day. Like, other than potentially the World Championships, which they will be announcing it probably for 321, at least for the Japan side. I don't know what much else you get out of it. Yeah, a bunch of the collab stuff. I just want to throw up... There's the Star Wars stuff, too. I'm pretty sure most of these collab stuff are supposed to be for the summer. The real crazy thing was, I didn't mention this in the thing, mostly just because I couldn't recognize it. Gill Shark is just an echo of Shelter Drake. I didn't even realize it. And I was talking to my good friend Kyo about this. It really is just a reskin of like the Shark design assets, like just pasted on the Shelter mold. So, I mean, on the one end, it's like, well, you know, it's not technically new, but... You know, we technically get new content. I hope this is slightly more than regular Shelter Drake in weight. Shelter Drake was already, I would say, solid for attack, so it's not really like there's going to be much negative to this in terms of a release. I would probably... I don't know. Oh, there you go. I'm still waiting on Hasbro to let me have access to the press kit renders. Shout out to, by the way, Why in the chat right now. They have their YouTube, which is linked in the description of the live, but they're the reason why I can actually talk about this here. Yeah, but I really like the shark design for the little sticker thing. It reminds me of like the Portugal flag colors. Yeah, it's just not completely all the same colors of the thing. It is such a weird choice just to have it be like orange, green, and red and all that stuff instead of like the regular variant colors. I don't know, I guess because it's a stamina type they did. I do hope they release eventually like the Mako colors. Though I am wondering, because Hasbro does just TT does repurpose them in later releases. So I'm kind of curious if like the Hover Wyvern and like the Shark, are we going to see that maybe released in the anime? Shown in the anime. I'm still tired. I need to upload the instruction manual for Reaper, but it shows the gimmick of the auxiliary blade. Yes, also shout out to Beyblade Australia Network, which we're almost at the segue for that, because they actually have their first review on Wizard Arc. So they cover it. Just trying to see. Yeah, so technically on the topic there of the thing, the Reaper gimmick, I think it's on the assist blade. I remember that, I think it was in the new scans for the extra guidebook, whatever, but whatever the T auxiliary blade is called, which probably is turn, it looks like you just flip it. Like, what was that Bey that had that gimmick originally? Like, Dead Hades, this the turn frame. So that looks pretty cool. I'm assuming probably the difference is just going to be how you fill in the shape. So probably they'll maybe do like where it's upside down, that's more attack, and when it's filled in, it's stamina. Will it be like that? I don't know. The auxiliary blade is 2 parts. Yes. Okay. So yeah, you pop it out and then after you assemble it differently, which is a cool gimmick because that's technically our first gimmick for CX, which I am counting that as a gimmick because that actually does count. I mean, other stuff. This is just really good. This is just we get a lot of good 2-packs and everything. Leon Crest, which is. I'm still wondering where's Rudder, because Rudder you would think they would put it in the 2-pack with Sphinx. So I'm wondering when Crest specifically, because I think Vice Tiger is supposed to be, or Pearl Tiger is supposed to be the same as the April. I think. I think maybe. I don't know if I'm right or wrong with that. I don't know, because I don't know if it's not supposed to be for the later wave. I have to find which water bottle I was using. Wave 5? I think we're on the 5th wave now, right? 5th wave? I can't recall how many waves we're at right now. I think we're at wave 5 actually. Okay, actually hold on. There is a donation, a shout out to Whitehead the Gamer. Can't wait for CX Space Hasbro cooking. What's your favorite Bay in 2025? Mine's Golem Rock 960 UN. Combo? Probably Shelter Drake on 760 Low Rush. In terms of, like, for the upcoming release, technically the anniversary bays, which is, we're very close to them being released in 2 weeks, right? Technically, less than 2 weeks, but still. What else do we got here? So again, thank you for the donation, by the way. Okay, how do I do this? There we go. Oh, this is just the other booster stuff, whatever, bunch of the other CX stuff. It is really weird just seeing all this stuff ahead of time. Usually we don't get most of this stuff. Like, I was really shocked just to see a lot of the CX just be at the toy fair. Which is really weird, because that means probably for the next year, if they have the toy fair with Beyblade section, that probably means we're going to get, like, spoiled on upcoming releases. Which is really odd. But I suppose Incendio wasn't really, like, a spoiler one. Mostly just because, okay, here, I just found it. Mostly because we did get that teaser in the card that they did. They did, like, a little card thing. There you go, that's and also the bits... K, I don't know what it's supposed to stand for. Kick? I don't know. It literally just looks like big taper. Very big taper. I was literally shaking walking into the booth. Well, that's great coverage. I was, like, so surprised. Like, the collab stuff I expect. Like, you expect them to just milk whatever IP that they're going to do next. It's so... I think it's, like, the first time we've gotten officially spoiled on, like, a release ahead of time. I can't think... Like, we've gotten technically spoiled in the past in the Beyblade Burst app that revealed some stuff, sometimes in listings for names, but usually... No, yeah, this is crazy. But, again, how do I move it here? There we go. So, again, Wino Wise video should be channel linked in the description, or you can check out their coverage and their vlog on it. Also, their Twitter, which this should be showing properly. So make sure to check out and support. But we're going to be segueing into the next topic of discussion. Where is it? There you go. Beyblade Australia. They were here last week, and they're absolutely killing it with their video on Arc Wizard. So this is technically the first review on CX. If you want to see a review on CX, where you get to see a good in-depth look at CX, some nice test battles. They have a full video on their channel. It's good for the watch. It's good to kind of get that hype in, because they did a very, very good job kind of going over everything. So, in terms of my thoughts, kind of just seeing it, I believe in terms of CX and general stuff, because that transitions into the TT video we're going to talk about. The weight on CX, I'm just going to pull it up real quick. The blade itself, I think, was almost 36 grams. I think it was 35.8, I'm pretty sure. These things are weighed kind of what I thought they would be. A lot of people think, like, CX, oh, it's going to be too light. Oh, because there's no more metal or anything. No, CX is literally just them adding another piece of plastic, so nothing's really lightweight. So nothing surprised me there. The thing with CX, actually, is that CX blades, all of them are technically at an elevated height. The ratchets are technically normal, but the blades are like super, super tall. But since the contacts are really, really tall, something I was noticing watching their videos that, especially even if you see the promo video, CX seems like very top heavy, and it makes sense because all of the weight is placed on the top. So that means the moment you start tilting or wobbling, it's probably not going to be a fun time. It could also be maybe the Arc Wizard just doesn't have a good stock combination. But even in their video, which like there were some comments complaining on that, they did a perfectly fine launch for all the test battles. The TT promo video, like Arc was already wobbling, so I don't know if maybe Orb is not compensating for that size. It is 455, maybe doesn't have good weight distro for it. I don't really know. Reminder that battles were stock Arc. We don't know. Yeah, exactly, too. That's the other thing as well. That we're going to have to eventually wait for, like, real competitive testing. Not that there's anything wrong with the video, obviously. Just, like, obviously we have to wait till the release comes out to get more of a consensus. But the release did pretty fine. Like, it was tanking attack, generally. Sometimes it did get pushed out. Stamina, it was dying to Rod on ball, but I don't know, maybe there's some combination that can work really well for Arc. If it ends up being that, let's say, maybe Arc is just good for defense, that could maybe be the case. I think that's perfectly fine. The only issue I have in general, which is not really to CX, but it's to Wizard Rod, which Wizard Rod is, I think it's one of the releases I really hate because it's not hard to kill. Like, you can easily KO a Wizard Rod, whether it's Rod Ball, Rod Hexa. The issue I have is that we're now basically a year since Wizard Rod almost, and there's not been any competing stamina types that are consistent. It works better on 960 Hexa as defense. This is in terms of Wizard Arc. So there you go. So eventually when this comes out, you can try to do some testings. Maybe defense is the way. 960 ball is getting decimated by Rod 960. That is unfortunate. So this is my whole point. Why did they have to make Wizard Rod? Because there's nothing that can beat Wizard Rod in stamina. Nothing consistently. I think Silver Wolf at best was comparable, but comparable is not the same thing as like this, like 50-50 on a win rate. Like it would probably be like maybe like 60 Rod, 40 Silver Wolf. And if you do find a Silver Wolf stamina combination, which is probably sometimes the taller ones, then you're very vulnerable to attack stuff. So there's no, that's the issue, because then if they do a stamina type release, everyone's going to be like, oh, well, they balanced it because it's not as broken as Wizard Rod. And it's like, okay, but also you need to have something. I still think you can have competing stamina types that still do the job of being a stamina type without it creeping. Please, God, just save us. I'm just tired of Wizard Rod. I tried Samurai Saber. It barely works. It barely works, but I don't know. It's agony. It's agony. Why make Wizard Rod? Even Wizard Rod is like banned, but it's not really banned. It's only banned in what, 1v1 in Japan? Because in Japan events, it's 1v1 first stage, 3-on-3 finals, and that makes sense because there are 3 bays, so you can mitigate like its presence. But that's not like a solution. I miss it when we had Unicorn Sting, Hell Scythe, Phoenix Wing, Wizard Arrow. We had actual like 4 or 5 stamina types we could actually use, which I guess part of it is creep, you could say. That is actually the only creep. That's in stamina creep. But power-wise, technically no, because like we have so many competing options. But speaking of competing, that's not a good segue. Well, I'm going to go with it anyways. But speaking of which, we're going to kind of hit to the next portion of this, which is going to be talking about the whole video that TT did. Which, very, very long video going over everything. Have you guys have Wave 3, cries in Portuguese. I don't even think in Canada we have Wave... Actually, in Canada, we don't even have Wave 3. Everything's been online Amazon for Hasbro, but I don't know. Wizard Rod's TT's just perfect mistake. That's actually a really good title. TT's Beyblade's perfect mistake. I'm going to write that down, actually. I'm going to steal that. Beyblade. I'm actually going to do that. That's actually, I really like that. Beyblade's perfect mistake. That's actually good for a discussion type, just commenting that. It is true, though, because in a way, it is. Shark on 455 UN Casino Burst Bomb. Weiss Tiger 455 gear point would be amazing. That'd be funny. I've yet to see Wave 3 in person, not counting the Toy Fair. Their distribution is really bad. Like, in general, I think online's been the only way you can find these beys. Like, obviously, in the past, it used to be stores sometimes get early. I really think because they do have a deal, I'm pretty sure they have a deal with Amazon. I remember this since, like, Quad Strike. There is some sort of exclusive, but yeah, the distribution's been really shit for Hasbro. And some stuff, it's like, okay, well, they have an intended month of release, and I give them some leeway if sometimes stores put some stuff early, okay. But other times, like, even in the intended month, like, let's say, like, we're almost at April, and I don't think anyone can find most of Wave 3, not counting Amazon. I got most of my stuff, like, yeah, literally Amazon, actually. I think most of my stuff, I guess GameStop, but GameStop is dying in Canada, right? Aren't they taking off the GameStop or whatever? I don't even know. I just found Wave 2 bays. They just found Wave 2, and we're already at Wave 4. That's how bad this shit is. Okay, anyways. We're going to get to the main topic of discussion, which is, obviously, I can't see what side I'm supposed to be pointing at. I'm just going to hope I'm pointing at the right side, which is the screen here. Which, if I'm pointing in the wrong side, it's going to be funny. But they did this whole video kind of just doing this breakdown on all the parts and everything. They go over Drawn Brave, which I still find it funny. Because I remember when I was seeing Why Not Why's screenshots, I was like, what? Would they rename it to Courage Drawn? That is still the funniest rename for a bay, because I don't even know why they changed it. It's not, who gives a shit because it's a name, but it is kind of funny. Like, they just, what was wrong with Brave? Brave Drawn? Drawn Brave? Courage Drawn. And it's funny because there was, I think it was on Reddit, there was like an edit of like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and that's what I thought of originally when I just heard that name. Courage Drawn. It's a mouthful of a fucking name. Courage. I don't know what you would rename it to. Like Valor Drawn. Also, that doesn't sound bad. I don't think it's an actual negative. I just think it's a silly, very silly name. Not one of the worst renames. No, it's just one of those weird runs where you kind of, like, Rage was renamed to Raid. I guess Rage was too angry, so they just did Raid. Doesn't sound as marketable. Courage the Cowardly Dragon. I don't know. But anyways, in terms of the blade here, the weird thing about CX now is that everything is technically at an elevated height. Like, I'm pretty sure Courage... God damn it, I just said the other name. The Drawn blade is technically speaking at, like, what, 70 or 80 heights for the stock combo? Well, obviously the height of the base thing is 60, but every single CX blade is super, super tall. So that technically means the blade is at the elevated height, which... The implications for this is going to be very interesting, because that's going to really, really... One, it's going to put all the weight at the top, which that's going to be interesting. It's going to make basically all of the side stuff, all of the assist blade do most of, like, the contact hitting. They may be using that name for something else. No, I think TT... No, well, I don't know. Honestly, I just think when they're doing localization, they have a dart, change it, or keep the name, and they just throw it to whenever it lands on. But tall attack is not that bad. Tall attack, generally speaking, you do want attack to be as short as possible, but having tall attack, you know, is there really much negative? Like, I use Phoenix on a tall height, 770, which is not technically super, super tall. Your benefit is that you can down smash other attackers, so if you're at that taller height, you can destabilize them a little bit easier. Against stamina types, kind of the same idea. It's only gonna... It probably could still work in theory. Like, you could probably still be able to destabilize them. I just don't see CX attackers then being able to do, like, a straight easy KO. I wouldn't think, anyways. I could be wrong on that. I don't know, because the whole thing is weird now. Because now your main contact is the assist blade and the actual... the ratchet. So it's going to be odd. The name, whatever an old business guy calls it, accidentally struggling to remember the name in the boardroom. Yeah, that does sound about right. That does sound right. Oh. That kind of reminds me of, like, what was it? It was like Uni-Nandler. I forget what the Japanese name was, and then I have the localized name. I think her name in, what was it? In localized, like, Naniwa, or Narni, I don't even remember. Just weird localization. But Zunamos kept the exact same name. That long, Zunamos Nico, I don't remember the name. That name stayed the same. In terms of assist blade, like for attack, there's nothing really much else to add in terms of discussion. Like this is gonna probably be the best attack assist blade. Only until we get to like Fox, which is an attack type, maybe it's gonna vary. Like you have these jagged contact points. It's gonna align on the main shape of Drawn, which is gonna be really good. Yeah, Namba Uni Naniwa. Just kill me. Just kill me. It's just weird localization. The Slash Blade is probably going to be best for attack right now until we probably get like Fox. It's just jagged. Most of these attack things I assume are just going to match. To be honest, I would probably say if we're going to take a page out of Burst era, probably eventually just whatever the heaviest assist blade is going to be. If you were a Beyblade Burst kid, or adult, or whatever, I just use the term Burst Baby because that's what a lot of people who are still kind of watching Beyblade stuff are from. Frames were kind of that similar idea, where frames, some of them had good shape, so some of them could get used. But for the most part, I would say like there was weights that carried a lot of other frames, and some frames were lighter than others. So eventually there is going to be like this diverse meta of assist blades, where it's going to be really who will assist to what extent. But it's just so odd seeing how tall these bays are. Like I remember, like these are basically like almost tornado tops in the height, like how tall they are. There's other stuff. This is the science gimmick, which I think it's like downforce or whatever. There's like ventilation on the blade or something. They put holes. This is supposed to, I guess, was downforce. I don't know. It's whatever TT advertises this shit as. I just realized the water bottle I was walking around for was right below me. Okay, that is my discovery today. Either way, it's a whatever gimmick. They just got to I think this is the same thing they advertised Slash Valkyrie with, actually. They got 660, 6.6. It's not 3 6s, it's only 1 6. That's a really bad joke, but I'm going to take it. No, that would have been funnier if that was on Hell's Reaper. Damn it. Okay, well, I'm going to hold on to that joke for another time. Either way, this should be probably fine for the Drawn Dagger shape, which I think is going to be really funny, because originally when Drawn Dagger came out, I thought, or when we saw the reveal, I thought, no, it's got to be 6 sides that you got to give it. And no, over a year, well, basically 2 years until we got it. That's going to be really nice on Golem Rock. It kind of just looks like the alternate to 560. Like, it's probably just going to be maybe heavy, maybe. I'm thinking assist blades are going to be a problem with the taller blades. They're going to get smashed more and probably break easier. Well, people point to Silverwolf, but don't forget, Silverwolf was a very thin area of contact. And I'm pretty sure for the most part, what broke on Silverwolf was the metal before the actual plastic. So, I don't know. 3D print a 6.6 ratchet. I got it. I don't even know how would that work. Like, I'm not. You are next topic. Vortex. Vortex is literally Cyclone, but for right spin. Technically speaking, in theory, this should mean that Vortex should be best on right bays, and Cyclone is technically best on left bays. I don't really think there's much of a difference until you see the fact that it is, I think, slightly larger in, what's the word, diameter than a regular Cyclone. So, I don't know. This should probably just be similar, where it's got good controlled movement and aggression. I don't know. My Silverwolf had its metal shatter before the ring bug. Yeah, see, there you go. Because if it's really thick assist blades, then I don't, like, it's possible for the stuff to break, obviously, but will it? I don't know. 660 is going to kind of just be going on Dragoon. Yeah, that's also, Dragoon I like really on 560, so that's a nice one. What else do we got here? They just kind of just explain more of the gimmick. I think they make it do an extreme dash, but it's on Silverwolf. And Silverwolf is already super tall, so it's kind of just like two tall guys punching each other in the face. So it's not really like it's something impressive. Like, okay, yeah, I guess it's possible. Like, it can do that. Sure, why not? Now we do get to Arc, which, technically speaking, we do got a little bit of a preview, like I said before, thanks to the Beyblade Australia video. But Arc. The other thing I am wondering, which this might be a stupid question to kind of ask, but I genuinely don't know if we figured this out yet or not, but so they show the bottom part of it and everything. Can the assist blade be in a different orientation on the blade, or is it always one specific orientation? Because I was just thinking, like, potentially speaking, if you could, because there's 3 slots for the thing, so I'm assuming you could just twist it around. I don't know if you actually can or if you can't. But you could potentially balance tune, which what balance tune basically means, just to dumb it down, it just means to make your bay the least wobbly, right? You want to make it as stable as possible. That could be maybe some interesting tech. If it's confirmed already that, no, it just stays in one specific position, then never mind. You can rotate them 120 degrees. Okay, I'm just trying to think of how that's going to look like on Arc then. If it's possible to kind of move it around and then after maybe have a different way it could fill in the blade, that could be cool. If not, it's a minor thing just to mention. It's already, like, I think the way it's almost on 36 grams or whatever, if it ends up being just for defense, sick. If it can be used for stamina, also sick. I don't know. 455 is the weirdest thing because I already don't like 4 sides, because 4 sides is just really easy to... It doesn't mean you can't use 4 sides, it just means it's, it's not the most fun. It's a single-piece ratchet. Those things are, I would say, generally speaking, pretty easy to burst, at least based on 385, but it's on a short height, but also it's really wide contact, so I don't know. If it ends up being that you're better off with a literal low bit than you are with just using, like, these short ratchets, I think I might be okay with that. In all honesty, like, I don't really want these short things to creep. Because the issue and the whole thing with Beyblade X I was thinking, is that if they do release really short height, everyone's just going to spam it. You're just going to spam super, super short height. So the only way to get around it is to make them really easy to burst. So for short height, this makes sense. But for tall height, it literally just doesn't make any sense to do it like that for design. In terms of other stuff, like low orb, orb is a solid stamina bit, it's good for defense, so it doesn't really seem that much different in design in terms of what they did to the ball shape, so low height stamina probably might get used more than regular ball and Wizard Rod, maybe. Any release is basically just fuel for Wizard Rod at this point, but they showed outspinning Night Mail, which is sort of like Usain Bolt, like, passing by, like I don't know, like outrunning you in a race. Like, it's just common sense. Like, it was gonna happen. They have Perseus here. Perseus looks really cool, but I don't think it's gonna be good. I could be wrong on this. I don't know. The shape of it just doesn't seem all that crazy. For defense, maybe it could be fun. It's basically the Night Lance shape. Like, it's literally Night Lance in its entire design. It's just Night Lance, but for CX. The bump assist blade, I do think is going to be really cool. Because the round assist blade, yeah, it's round. It's probably going to be good for stamina. I do think if the bump ends up being heavier in weight than round, we might see bump get used more than round. Maybe. I say maybe, because I'm not too sure myself. Because we have to wait and see. The whole thing, the gimmick is the same as Night Shield, shock absorption. 680, no real opinion. 80 height's really hard. Does anyone use 80 height? Does anyone actually use 80 height? Not really. I'm trying to think. When's the last time I've actually used 80 height? I don't even think in events people really use 80. It's possible people could use, but it feels very niche, so I don't know. If it's like a good weight or whatever, maybe it can end up being used. If not, whatever. Wedge is kind of cool. It was definitely the most impressive to me visually, but I just really like the color scheme. That is also very valid, because this is a Metal Fight homage, and I really love the colors. The owner is okay. I think he already appeared in the anime, and I saw the avatar of Perseus, which I think the Perseus avatar is like teal. And I was wondering where the hell they got the teal from, and then I saw a little bit on the gear chip. I don't know. Anyways, Wedge's gimmick is the same as Rush. I think 10 gears, right? 10 gears. It's at low resistance, but in theory, this should basically mean anytime you are hit, you should be super slow in the extreme dash. So you should be good for not speeding around the stadium, which is ideal. You should be able to take those hits. It shouldn't have stamina. It should just have enough stamina to be defense. Is it possible? Maybe. It looks like it could tip easily. I tried like a 3D print with this a while back, and it didn't seem to tip that easily, so it might be good. It just looks so cool. It's like it's the coolest one out of the 3, and it is because it's a Metal Fight homage, so I am biased, but what else did they have? Oh, and they did like a little battle thing, whatever. Oh yeah, in a burst Cobalt Dragoon. I think it just literally like just slammed it into the wall. Just killed it. Where do you get UX Beyblades in Ontario? Mallabase.com. Yes, that's the plug. Where's the image? You activated my trap card. Mallabase.com. This is not accurate. There is no more extreme sale. That was the sale from a while back. I gotta update that image, but Ops always support the channel. I appreciate your support regardless. What else do we got here? Oh, the last stuff, whatever, which we're almost done talking about. The CX04 set. I did not realize, by the way, they actually do have a sticker on the stadium that says Beyblade X on it. And it's funny because my stadium's set up in the videos. I don't know if anyone has seen. This is going to really suck to show. It's the Beyblade X logo. I don't know how this looks like on a green screen, but there's the Beyblade X logo there. That was my father's idea, actually, for that sticker. Yeah, I ended up using it. I thought it looks nice on the thing, honestly, just seeing Beyblade X. I think that's a cute sticker to have. I don't know, it just reminded me of that. This set's good value for getting into it, or if you just want to get into CX, because you literally just get, like, the red drawn, and the Perseus, I don't really like the colors, I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't know what it is, it's just... I feel like it needs more blue or something to balance it out. Or maybe I'm a hater. Maybe I am a hater. Because I am red biased, so I might be a hater. What else do we got on here? Oh, they just showed a bunch of the other stuff. The launcher grips, which look fine. The rubber grips, so that means if you don't want to use Samurai Saber's rubber grip assist, you can just get those grips. The left winder, which is going to be really, really good for left bays. Well, actually, I don't know. If you're already a string user, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I like winders because I feel a lot of power when I launch very strong. So I like that. Otherwise, not really much else. Like, I don't know. There's the white case, which... those cases are fine. Like, I can store quite a bit in those cases. It's okay if you're going to tournaments or whatever. It's not supposed to be... It's not good for if you're trying to literally store stuff, because there's no room, even if you stuff everything in there. It's okay if it's, like, for tournament stuff. Like, I actually do use the case, and it's not plugging it because I still have those cases to sell. I do actually use the case when I'm going to events. The other stuff is just, they have gold Perseus. This is an event. So how this works is you have to basically win 3 events to get first, second, and third. So you get the gold blade, whatever. It's gold. It looks fine. Burst really killed me on being excited for gold stuff. The Carrot Samurai Saber. I don't even know what the actual name of this is supposed to be. It looks ugly. Like, really bad. Like, this is like... It's almost Christmas colors, like red and green, I guess, but then they like shifted the hue and it just doesn't look right. I don't like it at all. I'll never get it, so I guess I'm a hater. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know why. It just looks very odd. You look at it and I don't know. What's the other stuff? The Phoenix Feather, that looks really cool. You can get it on this little book guide if you purchase it, which is pretty expensive, but... I ordered, I think, like 10, and I'm supposed to be eventually picking it up, so I'll probably go in Mall of Bays eventually, kind of like the regular Phoenix Feather, but I have to make end means, so I don't know. But that'll eventually be there. But kind of end off also, we're getting very, very close to the 321 announcement. So 321 is Beyblade Day, officially, which is really cool. This is going to be next Friday, which technically speaking... Okay, how this is going to work is yes and no. I'm pretty sure this should be Thursday night. Daylight savings is going to mess me up. I think this should be at 11 p.m. EST next Thursday night. That's the Japan announcement. But we're also getting an English announcement also on that day. I suspect if you just want me to go and guess what they're probably going to have for it, you're probably going to get like Rock Leone. Because I'm saying because Rock Leone is literally like the next thing that's like for season 1 that's in the top 10, I'm pretty sure. Someone can correct me on that. And then after, what else was there? That's the wrong one. What else was there? Wolborg 1, that's the next one for Bakuten, because they're going in the order of what originally released. Not just like the top 10 stuff. And then for Burst... No, it would be Xeno Excalibur. Yeah, Xeno is supposed to be coming out at the end of this month, actually. I can't believe they just told me offhand what's probably going to be in 321. That's also a big thing. Probably also it's the World Championship announcements, which I think would make a lot of sense for them to do, because they have to do it by this year. Because this is where all the hype is going to build up for Beyblade. I'm hoping we eventually. I hope when they do events, it's open to all ages, or they can do like the thing that Japan has, or Asia, where it's like there's for all ages, and then after just like a kids bracket, which I think is perfectly fine. I want to be able to say I competed to get into to be a Canada representative for the World Championship. That would be really excited. You think we'll get any? Oh, okay. I was really late on reading that. That's my bad. I do think in terms of that, we'll probably get. Otherwise, for Hasbro, it's probably going to be the Drigger and Dronzer. Probably. Yeah, I don't really think there's much else in terms of news. Rock Leone 770 ball. Well, if they want to sell, probably that would be the combo. If they give a gear ball, that's probably more accurate, but I don't know. Aside from that, is there any other updates that I can give? Well, first of all, obviously, I do want to say a huge shout out to everyone who has shown up for the live today. In the link in the description, oh, okay, good here. The general update, whatever. Very soon I'll have to deal with some medical stuff. I don't know when, because they have to basically book the thing so I have to do this stuff, but eventually I'll probably be on a little bit of a hiatus for uploading. It just depends on how much pain I'm going to be after the thing is done, but there is a survey. Fill it out if you want to. It's just a general thing, like what videos do you want to see? What do you think of the channel? Anything you want to see for the future? Working on the testings, editing all that, and updating the database, it just takes such a long time to do. An Amazon affiliate link. Check it out. Please support Why, link in the description below for their YouTube, as well Beyblade Australia for their great coverage on CX. So, god damn it, I gotta do 2 explosions. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Okay. Anyways. Okay, I actually have to see if I did this right. So now I should be dying in an explosion. Where am I? Where's the switcher? Okay. Thank you all for watching. Please have a wonderful Sunday. Probably uploads this week are going to probably be maybe the Keel Shark booster, because that one came like super early. And maybe just an edited down version of this stream. I don't know for sure. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for now. Take care and bye, and do the survey, please. Can we get 5 big booms? I would do it, but then after, no, then... Actually, I could probably do it. Okay, we're going to do 5 big booms for Why No Why. Okay, boom! There we go. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, 5. And we're going to do 1 more, because that means I actually have to go back. This is for Why No Why. 5 big booms. Okay, I'm going to go die now. Take care and bye. Not literally, not literally. It's a joke, it's a joke.